All right, let's jump right in. Imagine this, a massive world-class hiking trail stretching 270 kilometers across thousands of islands. That's the Stockholm Archipelago Trail for you. It's an absolute gem. But beneath that gorgeous surface, there's a hidden problem, a data problem that can turn the hike of your dreams into a total logistical headache.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote comes from someone who actually walked the entire thing. After 270 kilometers, the single biggest challenge wasn't the weather, it wasn't the terrain. It was just figuring out how to get from one island to the next. I mean, that says it all, right?
The idea of the trail is just incredible. It's sold as this amazing adventure with stunning coastal views, these charming little island villages, a real chance to connect with nature. It's supposed to be this seamless journey through one of the most unique landscapes in the world. But then you actually try to plan the trip. And that dream pretty quickly crashes into a really frustrating reality. Especially if you're an international visitor, trying to plan this thing feels like you've been dropped into an information maze. And the map to get out? It's confusing, it's incomplete, and a lot of the time, it's not even in a language you can read. So what's so fascinating here is just how big the disconnect is. You've got the official promise on one side. Hey, here's a website and here's some GPS tracks you can download. Simple enough, right? But the hiker's reality is a complete mess. You're dealing with language barriers, ferry schedules that seem to change on a whim, and vital info that's scattered across a dozen different places. It's a classic case of having some data, but absolutely zero useful context.
And here's the kicker. This isn't just about one trail. It points to a much bigger systemic issue. We're sort of stuck with these clunky digital platforms for getting outside. We have all this amazing technology at our fingertips, but the tools we're given often feel outdated and just, well, not up to the job. So to figure out how to fix a problem like this, we first have to ask a different question. What do good digital maps actually know? Because believe me, it's about so much more than just drawing a line from point A to point B. The best maps, they speak a language. A really great map, especially one built on a platform like OpenStreetMap, uses this rich, standardized vocabulary to describe a trail. It doesn't just show you the path, it tells you about the path. Things like what the surface is like, how wide it is, and most importantly, how difficult it is. Take the SAC scale for trail difficulty, for example. This isn't some vague, easy, medium, hard rating. No, it's a super precise system. A T1 is a well-marked path, great for pretty much anyone. A T6, on the other hand, that's serious alpine hiking that requires experience and special gear. This kind of information isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely critical for safety. And this is just brilliant because it captures so much nuance. A trail's technical difficulty is a totally separate thing from its visibility. You could have a trail that's flat as a pancake, a T1, super easy, right? But if it's completely overgrown and you can't see the path, well, good luck. Good data captures this rating visibility from excellent all the way down to no path, which means you're basically on your own. And here's where it all comes together and becomes incredibly useful. You can render all that data visually. So instead of just a single line on a map, you use different colors or styles. That way, just at a glance, you can see, okay, this section's easy, this one's a bit more moderate, and whoa, that part over there is for experts only. Now that is what a useful digital platform looks like. So faced with this massive information gap, one really dedicated hiker decided, you know what? I'm done waiting for a solution. I'm just going to build one myself. But here's the cool part. He didn't just make another map. He built something way, way more powerful. He built a hiker's database. The tool he used for this is called Wikidata, and this is the real key to the whole thing. Wikidata isn't just a website. It's what they call a knowledge graph. Think of it like a central brain for structured data that anyone or any app can tap into and use. And the most important part? It's language agnostic. That means the data breaks through language barriers right from the start. So how much work are we talking about here? Well, just look at this number. Over 687 individual data points were added to this trail's knowledge graph. Every single one of them was a tiny piece of the puzzle that was missing from all the official sources. And check out the kind of information he collected. This isn't just about the trail itself, it's about the entire experience. 82 BBQ areas, 69 directional signs, 28 spots to get drinking water, and get this, 56 ferry stops. Remember the biggest challenge? This database directly solves it. It's all the practical, real-world details that actually make a trail usable. And because the whole thing was built on Wikidata, that massive language problem, it was basically solved automatically. Look at this. Of course, 100% of the data has Swedish labels, but almost 99% is also in English, and over 87% is in Finnish. Now that is how you make a trail truly accessible to the whole world. Okay, so you can probably see by now that this whole project is about so much more than just one hiking trail in Sweden. What we're looking at here is a blueprint. It's a whole new community-driven way of thinking about outdoor data. It's basically the trail of tomorrow. So what does that blueprint look like? Well, it's actually a pretty simple and powerful model. Step 1, you crowdsource structured data. Not just random blog posts, but real machine-readable information. Step 2, that open data can then power a whole ecosystem of multilingual maps and apps, and that leads to the final amazing result. You unlock these incredible natural spaces for absolutely everyone, no matter where they're from or what language they speak. And that really just leaves us with one last powerful thought. This entire incredible, game-changing database was built by one person who was just fed up with the way things were. So it really makes you wonder, if one hiker can completely remap a 270-kilometer trail system, what kind of information gaps could you and your community fill? What could you build?